Now we're entering the city of Istanbul, often called the crossroads of the Middle East. Because of its strategic location between the continents of Europe and Asia, the Turkish capital has been the focal point of countless political and international disputes. Even the main square is partly located in Asia, and the other half in Europe. Once the center of the powerful, often notorious Ottoman Empire, Turkey has been a proud and independent republic ever since 1923. They have a democratic and republican party, similar to our own two-party system, to the days of the Romans. Even today, the archways are quite practical, 4 of them making a perfect, though somewhat tight, underpass for a 4-lane highway. Because so many empires have come and gone in Istanbul, the architecture is quite varied, each reflecting a different phase in history. Adding a somewhat ultra-modern touch, there's the Istanbul Hilton Hotel. There's still a reflection of ancient days, however, on the city streets, where the sheep have almost as many rights as the regular pedestrians. In contrast again, the University of Istanbul is one of the finest in the world. The Turks as a whole are a progressive people, especially the younger generation with its pro-Western outlook. Caught between 2 countries and 2 ideologies, the communism of Russia and the capitalism of the free world, right in back of the university is Santa Sofia, a supreme engineering achievement of Byzantine architecture. Along with the famous Blue Mosque, still a Muslim temple, it is one of the great religious landmarks in the world. Covered by the largest dome in the world, Santa Sofia has been both a Christian church and a Muslim mosque. Today, as a museum, it is open to all faiths and all people. Approximately 98% of Turkey's 25 million population belongs to the Muslim faith. Each day, from one of the many minarets surrounding the ornate temples, the Mezzouin summons all the faithful to pray to Allah. The times for prayer vary each day, and they're given on the radio as regularly as our own weather reports. Another historical milestone is the Egyptian obelisk, which was brought here by the Romans. 3,500 years old and cut from one piece of pink marble, the edges are still as sharp and as perfect as if they were carved only yesterday. In life and in death, a man's rank in Turkish society is reflected by the turban he wears. A key to Istanbul's past and present is the Bosphorus Straits, which we're traveling along now and which divides the city into 3 parts. Passing by the Sultan's Palace, Leander's Tower, and numerous mosques, it leads eventually to the dramatic point where the Iron Curtain begins. With Europe on the left and Asia on the right, after passing an ancient fort, you can proceed no further. 2 points ahead mark the exit from the Black Sea and the gateway to the Iron Curtain. Back in Istanbul, the Bosphorus Strait joins with the inlet of the Golden Horn to form the harbor of the city. It is called the Golden Horn because that's how the inlet is shaped. The golden part comes from the fact that so much wealth, enriched cargo, has passed through here during the centuries. All of Russia's sea traffic from the south still must come through here. Even some of the largest buildings in the city come right up to the water's edge. And 24 hours a day, the harbor is filled with boats and ships of every description. For entertainment, probably the most familiar scene in the city is the Turkish version of a song and dance team, with the man providing the song and the playful brown bear supplying the soft shoe routine with his enormous paws.
The Süleymaniye Mosque, a structure of superlatives. Built by Sinan, the greatest Turkish architect, for Süleyman, the most magnificent of emperors, it is one of the most noble religious structures in the world, with restoration work changing the surrounding area into a public park. As typical as the mosque in Turkey are the memorials to the great leader, Kemal Atatürk. Here he is depicted guiding the youth of the land forward in the quest for education. Following Atatürk's precepts, the Republic of Turkey offers all of its citizens equal opportunities for free education, from primary school through universities like this. Here we see one of the new buildings of the University of Istanbul, a restoration of the original ancient edifice. Concrete evidences of progress. New structures, complete and in process, mark the modern turn of Turkish attitudes. Almost in the shadow of these new buildings, one comes upon this picturesque scene, where the craftsman takes pride in displaying his ancient skills. Here they are working intricate patterns into shining utensils. Here, fine artisans follow techniques older than the memory of the oldest among them, produce articles painstakingly hand-worked into a state of beauty and perfection no machine methods could ever duplicate. For sheer skill and dexterity, the Turkish coppersmith or silversmith is unsurpassed. So one might say that in Turkey, too, the smith, a mighty man is he. Turkish cooking is one of the 4 basic cuisines in the world, and shish kebab is one of its more widely known delicacies. This delectable arrangement of wine-flavored chunks of lamb is broiled over hot coals, literally done to a turn. And now, garnished and ready, there remains nothing but the joy of eating. Lucky the diner who has tasted Turkish shish kebab served on the shores of the blue Bosphorus. An after-dinner stroll might take one by these strongly built walls, reminders of a long gone yesterday. Once they guarded the city against invaders coming up out of